Hey everyone, I wanted to make a video about a question that I commonly get, and that is, what translation of the Bible do I use or do I recommend? Well, it really depends on what you are trying to get out of Scripture and what you're using Scripture for. I have a Bible that I use to preach out of on Sunday morning, and that Bible is an English Standard Bible, and I use that version of Scripture to teach out of because it is a word-for-word translation, and it's also it's a Bible that's really easy to understand, and it speaks in plain English and really helps people, I think, to grasp concepts in Scripture, and it helps people to not be intimidated. So I preach out of the ESV, but the one that I use is a ESV thin line, and it doesn't have any margins, doesn't have any notes or commentary, anything like that. I do have a couple others that I want to show you, though, that I utilize when I put my sermons together. So if you're looking for more like deep dive study stuff, I got this one. It's pretty cool. It's an NIV, but it is an archaeological study Bible. And one of the things I really like about it is it has pictures. And it's got all this cool stuff about like these different artifacts and stuff that it'll talk about, different sites and different digs that have been done, and it'll show you actual pieces of like papyrus of, scripture writings and scrolls, and it'll show you things like different coins that have been unearthed, and it'll kind of tie it into whatever you may be reading in that one. And this is a pretty cool Bible that I like to use to study. It helps me to kind of dig up some of those things where you're like, wow, is Pastor just really smart? Like, and he knows all these things about the Bible? No, I just read it in the one that, talks about those things. The other one that I like, that I'll use for study, and this was my favorite Bible before I got my new one, which I'm kind of saving that one for last, is the New Spirit-Filled Life Bible. This is a New King James Version, and while I'm not a huge fan of New King James, it's still easy to understand, and the footnotes and the things in this are great. The only caveat on this is that it is going to have more of a stronger bent to charismatic things, and so you just have to kind of filter some of that. Although, I do believe definitely in the gifts of the Spirit are for us and for today. It's a little stronger in some things that I don't necessarily agree with, that it kind of emphasizes more, but I just kind of eat the fish, spit out the bones with the commentary and things like that. But it's got, some of the commentary is wonderful, and it's still a great Bible to use study. And then this one is a really cool one. This was actually my wife's grandfather's, and I got this after he passed away. It's called the Dake's Study Bible. This thing's a monster right here. And I remember when her grandfather actually got this, and he showed it to me, and I was blessed to be able to get this after he passed away. This thing has got so many stinking notes in it, you guys. Like, look at this. The Bible is actually in the middle, and all this stuff on the side is all notes. Now, you got to remember, with any Bible that has a lot of commentary and stuff like that in it, those are great, but those are all just men. So you got to filter through that stuff, and you just can't go, oh, well, Dake says this, or Jack Hayford says this in the Spirit-Filled Life Bible, or, you can't just go, oh, these people said this, so therefore it must be true. No, this is their commentary. This is their perspective, and it's written by fallible men, but it does help us to understand things, because a lot of these people have some great insight, and they help us to see things we didn't see before. So I use those three Bibles when it comes to study. I like when I'm comparing notes and what, but my favorite brand new Bible that I just got, that I'm most excited to show you, is my ESV study Bible. It's pretty thick, but and it looks really cool. It's got this really sweet little leather strap around it that is fun for the cats to play with when I'm reading my Bible, because it just kind of hangs off of the table, and the cats just kind of, anyways, it's got a lot of cool commentary in it, and it's ESV, which is my favorite translation of Scripture. And so I use the ESV Study Bible. And if you're looking to buy a new Bible, if those others don't interest you, this would be actually the one I would be, most recommending to you. The notes in it and everything is just phenomenal. And I'll show you one of my favorite things about it. Let me go find something here. Okay, so like, let's look at Deuteronomy, right? Introduction to Deuteronomy. All right, so it's going to give you all this preamble about the author, about the kind of purpose of the book, when they think it was written, kind of the structure. Then it's going to go into the theme, the purpose, occasion, the background. This is not even the scripture yet. This is just the stuff before, and the history, literary features. It really helps you to get a good grasp on the text so you can read it in proper context. And then even so, just this first paragraph here in Deuteronomy 1, that's just the scripture. And then here's all the wonderful highlights and commentaries and cross-references that you get over here. It's really good to study if you're wanting to deep dive into some things. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It even has a section in the back on ethics, of like, this is how you should like properly handle scripture, and really diligent about that. So ESV Study Bible, this is my favorite Bible. It's my newest Bible, and I'm trying to highlight things and underline things in it, so people will know that I've read it. And I have to take pictures of me reading it and put them on Instagram and Facebook, because that's how people know you study the Bible, obviously. But anyways, I think those are great tools, and those are just a few that I have right here in my office. I just kind of grabbed them this morning, and I thought, people ask me this question all the time. I think these are great tools to be able to have in your arsenal as you're studying scripture. But if you're looking for a new translation of the Bible, I would go with the ESV, and I would go with the ESV Study Bible. Actually, right now, the best place to buy it is where I bought mine, is Christian Book Distributors, CBD.com, or you can just type in Christian Book. I think it's just Christian Book Distributors. And they are actually having a sale on all their Bibles, and those ESV Study Bibles were marked down really nicely to where it was you could get a really cool, nice leather one for a really good price. So I got one, and my wife got one. And so anyways, hopefully that helps. If you have any other thoughts or comments, put them in the video. If you have any questions, I'll love to check back and be able to answer. As always, like and subscribe to this page. We're trying to build our YouTube feed more. So we're going to be putting more content out there on YouTube of videos like this that could be helpful to you, as well as more sermons and services and other things that we believe will help you just grow in your walk with the Lord. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I hope this video was helpful to you.